Let's take a look at our temperature anomalies moving out 7 to 10 days. We're cold out east right now, warm out west. As we move forward in time, we have some more cold air coming in here. January 1st, 2nd, big ridge out west. I know a lot of you hate to see that, but it's continuing. Now, as we get into January 4th, 5th, this cold air continues to dive out east, but you start to see a little bit of a ridge moving back into the central and southern plains. And that warm air wants to make its way all the way out east. But here we go again. We're still pulling a lot of cold air from that cold pooling in Western Canada up towards Alaska. That air is diving back down here as we get into the 9th, as we get into the 10th. I'd watch this. As I showed you on the European ensemble, some models actually do have this digging in farther west, and this would give us that potential for southern snow, coastal snow. Right now, on the latest GFS, this cold air is diving in a little bit too far east. You wouldn't really have the opportunity for a negatively tilted storm system here. But again, this is just the control run. So getting past the 9th, 10th, this is when things get really interesting on the models. Now, it's a little bit far out, but a ton of cold air for everyone in the States. And you move even farther, and we could see even colder air out here trying to dive down behind that. Taking a look at our teleconnections. Here's our European weeklies. Still looking very, very nice for cold air in January. I mean, I don't know what the Arctic Oscillation is doing here, but this would be a polar takeover of the States if our Arctic Oscillation dropped that far south at the end of January. This would be incredible timing. Incredible timing around the coldest time of the year for our AO to go negative off the charts. But take a look at the ensembles. Take a look at the mean. Still wanting to stay negative through January. Even though on the control and operational runs right now, it looks a little bit warmer in the beginning of January. The European weeklies does see that kind of control-wise, as I said, but it wants to get colder and colder as we push through January. Our NAO, North Atlantic Oscillation, mean wants to stay negative. Operational wants to stay negative. Again, this right here, big negative NAO as we get towards the last week, the last week of January. Incredible if you want a chance for a nor'easter or southern snow there. This would be a very negative AO, NAO, WPO. Fantastic setup as we get here, end of the second week into the third week of January for cold and potentially one or two major snowstorms, blizzards across the states. It all depends though, where does this troughing move in? Northern Rockies, Northern Plains. You want this air to be able to dig and pull off the Gulf if you want some southern snow or snow out towards the East Coast.